Thanks for coming to Politics and Life. This is Jordan. I hope you guys are having a blessed day. Please like, comment, hit that subscribe button below. History in the making, ladies and gentlemen. We have our own Bill Maher, the most Trump-deranged liberal, or not anymore, as we must say, who went to the White House to meet Donald J. Trump. I'm telling you, God works in mysterious ways. And he did meet Trump, and we're going to react to what he had to say about meeting Trump. Unfortunately, it is copyright material, so I'm going to have to blur out the video, but then we're going to see a couple reactions to what other liberals thought about Bill Maher visiting Trump. Please like, comment, hit that subscribe button below. Let's get it started, y'all.
And now for what I know you've all been waiting for, I'd like to give you my book report on my visit to the White House. Okay, as you know, 12 days ago, I had dinner with President Trump, a dinner that was set up by my friend Kid Rock, because we share a belief that there's got to be something better than hurling insults from 3,000 miles away. And let me first say that to all the people who treated this like it was some kind of summit meeting, you're ridiculous. Like I was going to sign a treaty or something.
That's funny.
I have no power. I'm a fucking comedian, and he's the most powerful leader in the world. I'm not the leader of anything, except maybe a contingent of centrist-minded people who think there's got to be a better way of running this country than hating each other every minute. So, thank you. Okay, so meet up in person. Maybe it'll be different. Spoiler alert, it was. First good sign, before I left for the Capitol, I had my staff collect and print out this list of almost 60 different insulting epithets that the president has said about me. Things like stupid, dummy, lowlife dummy, sleazebag, sick, sad, stone cold crazy. Really a dumb guy, fired like a dog, his show is dead. There's 60. I brought this to the White House because I wanted him to sign it, which he did.
I feel like if Bill Maher can get over his very severe Trump derangement syndrome, then these liberals one day have a chance to wake the hell up. These NPCs, these sheeple who just hate Trump and compare him to Hitler on a daily basis. Big props to Bill Maher. He's been saying a lot of good stuff lately in regards to the very woke left, but I do give him props for seeing Trump.
He did with good humor, and I know as I say that, millions of liberal sphincters just tightened. Oh my God, Bill, are you going to say something nice about him? What I'm going to do is report exactly what happened. You decide what you think about it. And if that's not enough pure Trump hate for you, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. So no, I didn't go Maga. And to the president's credit, there was no pressure to. After we left the Oval Office, he showed me the little room off the office, you know, the one where Clinton used to. Okay. The blowjob room, okay?
Yeah.
Well, not anymore. That's where they keep the merch now. It is. And he gave me a bunch of hats, but he didn't ask me to take a picture in one, which I appreciated. The guy I met is not the person who the night before the dinner shit-tweeted a bunch of nasty crap about how he thought this dinner was a bad idea and what a deranged asshole I was. I read it and thought, oh, what a lovely way to welcome someone to your house. But when I got there, that guy wasn't living there. Now, does Trump want respect? Of course, who doesn't? My friend said to me, what are you going to wear to the White House? I said, I don't know, but I'm not going to dress like Zelensky, I'll tell you that. But, okay. Just for starters, he laughs. I'd never seen him laugh in public, but he does, including at himself. And it's not fake. Believe me, as a comedian of 40 years, I know a fake laugh when I hear it. And I thank you for them. No. But, okay, example. In the Oval Office, he was showing me the portraits of presidents, and he pointed to Reagan and said, in all seriousness, you know, the best thing about him, his hair.
Donald Trump's funny,
well,
man.
There
He's
was
a
also
comedian.
that whole bringing down communism thing, waiting for the button next to the Diet Coke button to get pushed, and I go through the trap door. But no, he laughed, he got it. I said to him at one point, Mr. President, you know the dog, that's unusual in the White House. He said, well, a lot of the presidents, they had a dog for political reasons. I said, no, people love dogs, that's what that is. Oh yeah, okay, that's true. I'm telling you what happened. At one point, we were walking through his amazing, it is an amazing tour of the whole house. And I don't remember exactly what we were talking about, but it must have been something with the 2020 election, because I know he used the word lost. And I distinctly remember saying, wow, I never thought I'd hear you say that.
We all know Trump won the 2020 election. That's already been confirmed with plenty of fraud, people who've come out, water main breaks. Yeah, no. 2020 election, and actually Tulsi Gabbard just admitted yesterday that they have proof that Trump won the 2020 election, but that's another conversation for another day.
He didn't get mad. He's much more self-aware than he lets on in public. Look, I get it. It doesn't matter who he is at a private dinner with a comedian. It matters who he is on the world stage. I'm just taking as a positive that this person exists, because everything I've ever not liked about him was, I swear to God, absent, at least on this night with this guy. Bob, Kid Rock, told me the night before, he said, if you want to get a word in edgewise, you're going to have to cut him off. He'll just go on. Not at all. I've had so many conversations with prominent people who are much less connected, people who don't look you in the eye, people who don't really listen because they just want to get to their next thing, people whose response to things you say just doesn't track, like, what?
Yeah.
None of that with him. And he
He's
mostly
not
steered
fake.
the conversation to, what do you think about this? I know, your mind
He
is
actually-
blown, so's mine.
See, Trump actually cares for other people's opinions. That's what it shows right there, that he's a normal human being. Regardless what side you're on, Trump actually cares to hear all sides and points of views. Hey, Sharon, I hope you're having a great night.
There were so many moments when I hit him with a joke or contradicted something, and no problem. At dinner, he was asking me about the nuclear situation in Iran in a very genuine, hey, I think you're a smart guy, I want your opinion sort of way. And I said, well, obviously you're privy to things about it I'm not, but for what it's worth, I thought the Obama deal was worth letting play out, because we made Iran destroy 98% of the uranium, and they were 15 years away from a bomb. And then I said to him, but we got rid of that. You got rid of that. He didn't get mad or call me a left-wing lunatic. He took it in. I told him I thought parts of his plan for Gaza were wacky, but that I had supported him in the idea that Gaza could be Dubai instead of hell. I told him he was wrong when he tweeted the night before that I was critical of all things Trump. Not true. Check the tapes. Moving Israel's embassy to Jerusalem, loved it. The border did need to be controlled. I'm glad the cops are getting their morale back. DEI had gone too far.
I had a long day at work. But yeah, let's not pretend that the Biden administration didn't say that Congress needed to pass a bill in order to secure the border. Trump did that without a bill even being passed, which shows you the Democrats cannot be trusted. Nothing that comes out of their mouth is of truth. And they think every American voter is an idiot on the left and on the right. That's what the Democrats think about us.
Men shouldn't be playing women's sports. Europe should pay for their defense. And of course, it makes sense that Arab countries should take in Arab refugees, like the million Syrians who wound up in Germany when Saudi Arabia took none. He said to me, you're right, they took none. I said, Well, you should remind your boyfriend in Saudi Arabia that the next time you see him. He laughed. I never felt I had to walk on eggshells around him. And honestly, I voted for Clinton and Obama, but I would never feel comfortable talking to them the way I was able to talk with Donald Trump.
Because
That's
he's
just how
real.
it went down. Make of it what you will. Me, I feel it's emblematic of why the Democrats are so unpopular.
Yeah, because he doesn't talk like a politician. He actually listens and talks like a normal person, an everyday American. He doesn't just use these little nice words that sound nice on paper, but behind the scenes sell out through bribes to other countries while they hate on Americans. He's real.
These days. He was even okay when I checked him on the orangutan lawsuit. He was. He said to Dana White, you know, Bill said my father was an orangutan, and I...
Thank you, Sharon. Yeah, YouTube has been shadow banning the hell out of me. Like, my numbers on YouTube have been sucking this past month. I went from record numbers to no numbers pretty much. I have more viewers from X, which is why I constantly have this banner up, hoping people subscribe to my YouTube channel. It hasn't really worked, though, lately, but please, if you're watching from X, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'd be helping a fellow America First Patriot out. I appreciate you, though, Sharon, subscribing to my YouTube channel and being a viewer.
I really love my father. And I said, well, Mr. President, I did that because I didn't like what you were doing regarding Obama's birth origins. I thought that was low. Again, no anger, just a little smile.
Yeah, Squid Man, sorry for my language, but Trump is fucking up China. You are correct on that, sir. And it's just going to get better. All these liberals who have been crying for years, yet saying exactly that we should be doing exactly what Trump is, that just shows they are all talk. I mean, there's literally videos of Pelosi and all these Democrats in the past saying we should do exactly what Trump is doing right now. It's pathetic.
To say, yeah, I get it. The most surreal part of the whole night was when I got home. I flew back right after the dinner, and I'm in bed watching 60 Minutes from the night before. And there's Trump in one of their stories, standing at a podium in a room that looked to me like one of the rooms and places we'd just been in. And he's ranting, disgusting, you're a terrible person. And I'm like, who's that guy? What happened to Glinda the Good Witch? And why can't we get the guy I met to be the public guy? And I'm not saying it's our responsibility to do that. It's not. I'm just reporting exactly what I saw over 2.5 hours. I went into the mine, and that's what's down there. A crazy person doesn't live in the White House. A person who plays a crazy person on TV a lot lives there, which I know is fucked up. It's just not as fucked up as I thought it was. And I have no illusions now that I'm back to work at my job that he might start a new list.
Yes, Bill Maher is waking up. Slowly but surely, he was against the women's and boys' sports. He's been against the transitioning of minors and kids in general. And now we just need him to come around with the Trump derangement syndrome. It has taken long enough, but it is. If he can do it, anyone can do it, I feel like, even though I feel like the left has gone off the deep end. By the way, I am going to be doing a live interview. AOC and Bernie Sanders are coming to Folsom, folks, which is exactly the city I stay in. And I'm going to be at a Trump event across the street from where these idiots are talking this upcoming Tuesday. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want a live video reaction of what's happening when they come on Tuesday.
Because I don't have a good feeling and will be critical about a lot of what he's doing, the trade war and disappearing people, ruling by decree, threatening judges, gutting the government with glee. But I also think he now understands I have a job to do, or at least he did on this night, because he said to me early on that he'd seen our last episode, which was the Friday before this dinner. And he said, I thought maybe you'd be nice, but you hit me really hard. I did. Because I'm not going to pull my punches that presidents get to propose a third term for themselves. He understood that, and without animus. That doesn't mean he's not going to try to do it. At one point, I said to him, "You're scaring people. Do you really want to be scaring your own citizens so much?"
No, he's not.
And
Not his
now you're all
voters.
saying, and what did he say to that? Honestly, I don't remember. But it wasn't, "Okay, I'll stop." So MAGA fans, don't worry. Your boy gave me nothing. Just hats. Hats and a very generous amount of time and a willingness to listen and accept me as a possible friend, even though I'm not MAGA, which was the point of the dinner. My favorite part of the whole night was we were standing in the blowjob room. We were. And he said, "You know, I've heard from a lot of people who really like that we're having this dinner. Not all, but a lot." And I said, "Same. A lot of people told me they loved it, but not all." And we agreed. The people who don't even want us to talk, we don't like you. Don't talk, as opposed to what? Writing the same editorial for the millionth time and making 25-hour speeches into the wind? Really, that's what liberals have? He takes the piss out of everybody else and we can hold ours? Okay, that's my report. You can hate me for it, but I'm not a liar. Trump was gracious and measured, and why he isn't that in other settings, I don't know, and I can't answer, and it's not my place to answer. I'm just telling you what I saw, and I wasn't high.
That's the end of that video. I'm gonna show you guys real quick what DL Hughley, a comedian who sucks these days, what he said about the Bill Maher going to see Trump. He has severe Trump derangement syndrome, but people are saying they like what he said, and I want you guys to see exactly what he said because he's an idiot. Also, if you're coming from X, I'm going to be doing a live stream at AOC and Bernie Sanders event this upcoming Tuesday. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. Only will I be live streaming it from there on Tuesday when I go to a Trump across street protest in regards to AOC and dummy Bernie Sanders. Did Bill get cured of his TDS? No, not yet, unfortunately. Squidman, AOC, and Bernie Sanders are going to be down the street from me this upcoming Tuesday at an event, and I'm going to be there with a lot of Trump supporters. I'm going to be live streaming from YouTube, so I hope you guys watch. I'm only going to be streaming it from YouTube, though, because I know there's people watching from X. So subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. Link below, Politics and Life. Let's react to D.L. Hughley and what he had to say about Bill Maher meeting with Trump.
We know nothing else about Trump. He's transactional. So I don't care what happens. If you go to Mar-a-Lago or you have dinner with him, he's going to get something out of it. He's not the kind of man who just does things for giggles and laughs. And Bill Maher is not this. Bill Maher's position on woke is virtually the same line as Trump. I think he's been a vociferous opponent of woke. I can't even differentiate some of the things that the administration has said about the woke phenomenon, and he has. So I think they have a lot in common.
Bill Maher, I know, disagrees with a lot of what Donald Trump has said and done, and he's talked about that.
Like what?
He does agree with Donald Trump on the woke issue, and he said that woke was a good thing initially, taken way too far by the left wing of the Democratic Party.
Let's be clear.
So, but hold on. Let me just make my point. Why do you have to paint somebody as 100% wrong? You might agree with them on one thing or another. Why not say it? Because you have more credibility about the things you disagree.
Yes, exactly. You seem like a normal person, like you can agree and disagree on things. And when it comes to the Democrat Party, it has become a cult. If you don't fall in line 100% with them and their beliefs, they consider you MAGA and they kick you out of the party. Prime example, Bill Maher. All day today, I've seen liberals on TikTok calling him out, saying that he's a traitor to their party and that he's gone MAGA just because he actually was mature enough like an adult to sit down with Trump and actually talk about things.
Disagree with, if you can say that.
Woke is not making Harriet Tubman and black heroes disappear from
Well,
from
no,
history.
you're right. You're right.
Harriet Tubman, no one's disappearing black culture. That's a lie. This dude's such a race baiting idiot. The videos of the kittens is great. Thank you, Sharon. Yeah, the cats are amazing. They are growing up fast.
And I think he spearheaded that. it's really his position on woke. See, it's easy for a lot of Americans to not take this personally because it's not their history that is being dismantled. It is not their resume that is being questioned. I think he had a lot to do with that. I think that some of the things that he said is not discernibly different from what Trump said. So for me, if it were a single issue for me, it is that a lot of what he says sounds so much like Trump. I think if you're a single rich straight white guy.
So you have to be a single rich white guy to say we need a secure border, that we don't want people transitioning that are under the age of 18 and being groomed in schools, being taught they're racist based off their skin color that they're born with. Please tell me exactly what it is that white people and black people can't agree on. This dude's such an idiot, washed up has been.
You don't have any kids. You got a lot of money. There is nothing that Trump can do or has done that affects you on the margin. So you get to be glib and you get to be, neutral. Don't. So I'm not angry at him doing it. I just think that he has
racist, DL, ugly. That's it.
there's some things I find terribly offensive. I think that he has been a spearhead and a speaker for the anti-woke mentality. And I resent the fact that woke was taken over by the left. It was black people dealing with being aware of their circumstances, being aware of what was going around, and then it became.
But that's what screwed it up. Then that's what screwed it up. It wasn't.
Right.
Look, Bill Maher is taking a position that a lot of Americans, not MAGA people, but a lot of people think it has just gone ridiculously too far.
So is there any value, DL? Is there any value if you're Bill Maher and or anyone and you go and meet with the president, if you have an opportunity to actually say to him, listen, I think that what you're doing with X, Y, and Z is just wrong.
Stop it. We're talking about Donald Trump.
If you have the opportunity to say that.
Yeah, and I guarantee DL Ugly actually supports Jasmine Crockett. Yeah, she is the most retarded person ever to hold political office. And I thought AOC was that person, but Jasmine Crockett holds the title. It amazes me that a single person with functioning brain cells voted for Jasmine Crockett. She is so dumb and so racist.
Donald Trump didn't listen to his closest advisors. He hasn't listened to experts in any field. So why on earth? I think that he is transactional in nature. I think that he doesn't do anything unless he gets something out of it. I resent that my history is being dismantled at the behest of men like Bill Maher, and I take it personally and seriously.
He is not dismantling black history. What Donald Trump is doing is not embraced by Bill Maher about scrubbing Harriet Tubman or Jackie Robinson.
The only way you could have, like, if you're Pete Hegseth and the debacle that happened, to insult black people and say the only white men belong in this, because what we are looking at right now is a whites only sign. Every time a black person or a woman or a gay person gets something,
it's rich coming from a multimillionaire who lives in a mansion to say this race baiting bullshit, which it is bullshit. I hate people
who
like
believe they
guy.
only got it because of some set aside program. And I think Bill Maher was integral in amplifying that message. I do. I listen to him all the time. And it was always, even when he was talking to Don Lemon, there's no way in hell a black person, the only way you can be unqualified and do the things Pete Hegseth did is to be a white guy.
What?
You can only be an unqualified white guy. But if you see a black person in any position, you best believe that they're more than qualified. And men like that, Donald Trump and Elon Musk and Bill Maher to a great degree have amplified this narrative to the extent that everybody believes it, and it's insulting to me.
Oh, poor little baby, crying more, you fucking pussy. Sorry, I don't usually cuss like that, but man, that kind of shit pisses me off when all you do is think about race and make yourself a pussy ass victim 24/7. Dude needs a slap up to the face. Anyways. Sorry for the language, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. People are finally waking up and hopping off that Democrat plantation. Obviously not DL Ugly, though. He's still crying victimhood 24/7. Yeah, Squidman, cry me a river, bitch. Yeah, couldn't have said any better, my friend. I will be doing a live tomorrow. Hope you guys watch it. Also, if you're coming from X, please help an America First conservative out. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, especially if you want to see me live stream at the AOC and Bernie Sanders event this upcoming Tuesday. There's going to be a lot of Trump supporters out, and I'll be live streaming from my YouTube. Love you guys. Have a great night. Peace.